Hi guys, it's me, it's Tiffany. You're here for Tiffany TV. And today we are going to talk about leadership. So, leadership has been coming up a lot in my personal experience as of late. And I think that it is happening mostly because it is time for me to step into a new way of being a leader, different than I have been in the past. And I either can resist it or I can just embrace it. So the title is Everybody Needs a Big Toe. And it is because big toes are how you have stability and how you have balance and how you can walk through life, really. And so the reference to this, that friends of ours, we all sort of laugh because within a couple's dynamic, we say everybody needs a big toe. There's always one person who is the big toe, and they are the planner, the leader, the organizer, the one who's like particular and meticulous, the one who is the researcher, the one who like plans with details, the one who is, they're basically the doers. And the beers just sort of follow behind happily, just being who they are. So we say there is one in every relationship, the leader and the follower, the planner, the goer with the flower, the one who packs everything neatly in their bag and then unpacks as soon as they arrive, and the one who throws everything in their suitcase and just lives out of it for the whole time that they're gone. I'm going to let you guess which one I am. Needless to say, I'm not living out of my suitcase. So when we think about leaders, what does that really mean? Typically we think about leaders being someone who is carrying a certain quality or has a skill or some type of maybe education or knowledge that is broader and grander, that can be presented to people as a way to follow them into something. So we have like political leaders, and we have like world leaders, and we have leaders follow the leader, and we have all kinds of people that we sort of appoint on these pedestals that we say, well, you maybe know more than I do, so maybe I should follow you, unjustly at times. And when we lose confidence in our leaders, then there is a sort of breakdown of the system because you've lost faith in the people who are supposed to be guiding you in the right direction. When I think of leaders, I think of people who I respect, who I admire, who inspire me, who I believe can impart some sort of wisdom or greater expanded knowledge than I hold currently. And they're people who really set an example for me of where I want to be or what I'm trying to attain or achieve in any one of my actions. And it's interesting because leadership is one of my gene keys, and it is gene key 31. So leadership is actually the gift, and the shadow of that one, let me just see, is arrogance. And then the city, which is the highest frequency that you can reside in, that is going to be humility. So being humble in leadership is basically the people who don't want to be leaders, but they just sort of come into leadership because they embody qualities that are obvious and apparent to other people that want to emulate them, let's say. So in the gene keys for me, this gene key is my activation sequence, my first key in my activation sequence. So it basically initiates all the rest of my activation. And it's also the top key in my pearl sequence, which also initiates my pearl sequence after I've gone through my activation, after I've gone through my genius. And then once I get to my pearl, then it's the one that I would say carries the most weight or has a lot of power and momentum behind it. So I'm really, really trying to explore this topic and see what it means for me, because I think it's really important, especially in my Gene Keys code, that this one carries so much weight. And so I did look through again to read that gene key. I've read it so many times, and sometimes when you read a gene key and you read it again and again and again, you get something new every single time. You're like, how many times have I read this and I still didn't see that one thing that was there right in front of my face all of the time? But it's saying the shadow of arrogance, they call it the World Wide Web of words. And so it's how people can become entangled and enamored by the spoken word of people that are maybe not speaking truth. And it says this shadow extends to cognitive ability beyond the simple creation of a neurological map of reality. It uses this skill in order to control and manipulate others, which of course nobody really wants. But that is the nice word we have for leadership, is basically we look at our leaders and they are either spewing propaganda that is completely not true, or saying things that they don't have anything to back up, or they are saying things that they're hopeful about, but then don't have any follow through or action behind making that vision or dream a reality. So that's why they're saying that it is the shadow aspect of this, that in humans, the alpha gene is present in the one who can best manipulate others through language. So I would say that is a common thread among the people that we would be considering a leader. And if we extend this concept of language as a programming tool even wider, so the propaganda, we might say it is language that controls us rather than we who control it. There is a big difference between leadership and authority. So human arrogance is rooted in the belief that we have any independent control over reality at all, which I would say is true. Surrender is definitely one of the highest vibrations. But then when you go through this and you move up out of that arrogance and you move into the gift of leadership, it says the gift of leadership is really a gift of influence rather than an inherent predisposition to be a leader per se. Deep inside such a person, there is little or no inclination to be a leader, or even less identification with the feeling like a leader. It is, however, this very reluctance that sets people up as leaders. So it's those people that are maybe not even trying that we gain the most confidence in or have the most faith in, because they're not even trying, they're just being who they are. So I am being challenged to step up into a leadership role in my workplace, where I have been very resistant and very reluctant up until this time, because I had to work through my own things, and I was really frustrated with the way things that were going and feeling like they should have been going one way. And when you feel as though you're not being heard or things are not being done in the priorities that you would have done them, and you are feeling out of control, you feel a little bit of apathy against doing things yourself, which I realized is not really hurting. It's really hurting myself. It's not hurting other people. Well, it is hurting other people, but it's also hurting myself. So by me saying, oh, well, I'm just not going to do it, it's not my job, or I'm just going to let you figure it out on your own, and clearly you're not seeing what I'm seeing because what I'm seeing is pretty freaking obvious. And then you just have this like resentment or these things building up where you're just like having an unfair expectation of others when clearly they are not capable of doing that. So is that a fair expectation? No, it's definitely not, especially if you are able to do it and you are expecting someone else to do it. No matter what they do, they're still going to fall short because it's not necessarily maybe how you would do it. And if you are able and they are not, why aren't you just doing it yourself? So that's where I'm at right now, where I am stepping up into a new vibration and a new action plan where I am really going to implement and execute some things that I think will help the business that I'm in right now at the restaurant move more seamlessly and flow easily and be able to work more effectively for all of the people that are involved. And I'm excited about it. And I think that I needed to get to the point where I was excited about it. Otherwise, I just would have been angry that I was doing it because I expected somebody else to do it. And now I don't expect anyone else to do it except myself, because expecting somebody to do something that they are not capable of is, you're like setting yourself up for failure. And it's unfair and it's mean, especially if you can do it. So I think we're all in a better place where I'm really lucky my boss holds space for me to work through all of these things and get to the place where I am able to step into the light of who I know that I am, and be able to grow in ways that I may not be able to grow in other places. So I'm super grateful for that. And the fact is, I don't want to be anywhere else. So I either do things to make the place where I am the best that it can possibly be, or I just stand back in judgment and resentment and watch it all fall apart and watch it all crumble to the ground, and then just stand there and wonder, well, why did that happen? When I have a lot of gifts that I can share and circulate energy and give freely and make a huge difference in the place that I am almost every day. So that's where I'm at. Big toe. I'm stepping up. I am going to be the big toe. And you know what? It's a big weight to be the big toe at home, at work, in life, but somebody's going to do it. So, and you know what? We should all do what we're good at. So if I'm good at that, then maybe that's what I was born to do. Maybe this is what I'm here for. Okay, let's see what else that it says. This gift of leadership is the gift no longer caught up in the fear of what others might think of you. And if you want to influence people in a certain direction at this level, you still play the game, but for a different purpose. Now your primary influence is to help others break out of the very same matrix in which you yourself were once caught. And I think that is so beautiful. I am happy to embody this gift of leadership. And I really think that it will help me in the future and move me into, love this book. This book is so amazing. Help me move into the next stage of where I want to be and what I want to do with my life. Because of course, I would love to share knowledge and influence people to feel better about themselves and about the world around them, and about where we're going, what direction we're going in, and have more confidence in their abilities to affect change and to influence the world in a direction that is brighter and shinier and sparklier so that we can all shine. Yeah. Okay. That's all for today. That's 27, baby. I am coming so close to the end. I am coming so close to the end. I did finally tell somebody. That was my mom. I told her what I was doing. And tomorrow we're going to call Tara, my best friend in the whole entire world since I was 12 years old. She is my ride or die. She is my day one. She is my equal amount of crazy. She is my my husband calls us the two crazy bitches because he's like, when he hears the conversations that we have, sometimes he's like, do you guys even hear what you're talking about? Do you even hear the words that are coming out of your mouth? Because you guys are two crazy bitches. Like, you don't even know what you sound like. Anyway, I'm excited to tell her that I'm finishing something because she has been with me through all of my not finishings, and she is the one who is always, always there for me and supports and loves me unconditionally. I'm so grateful for her. So tomorrow we're going to call her and we're going to tell her exactly what we're up to. Okay, let's do a channel. Let's see what Divine has to say. Maybe they want to say something about leadership, about gene keys. Oh, do we have a call to action? Let's see. Our call to action today is, other than like subscribe, share, do whatever, is going to be, tell me what a leader looks like to you. Like, who do you think is the best leader that we have at this time that imparts great values, that is a great example for us, who you think is doing a really good job leading? That's who I want to know. Write it in the comments. That would be great. What does a leader look like? Who is the best one right now? And what are they doing right? What are they doing right? Awesome. Okay. Let's do a channel. Oh, look, my beads match my shirt today. I call on divine to be known to me. I call on divine to be known to me. I am divine. We are one. And what we would say is that leadership will become a more prominent role and value within each one of your lives. That you will become more aware of the aspects of your own experience in which you have influence, in which you have a great impact, in which you are able to make a difference simply by the choices you make, the perspective you hold, the gratitude you give, and the love that you share. What we would say is that each one of you is a leader in your own right. And although you may believe that everyone needs a big toe, as Tiffany says, that you are all the big toe of your own experience. That you are the driving factor. That you are the central sun. That you are the prime. That your world is created and affected by you. That the experience that you live in is centered around your vibration. And that is to be said for each and every one of you. For you each are shining stars in your own right. You each are a universe on your own. You each are an integral part of the whole. And you each are a refracted aspect of us. You are connected as one. And each one of you is just as important as the other. There is no one more or less important. You each hold within you unique codes and aspects that create and contribute to the matrix of all existence. What we would say is that we are existent and apparent through you. You are the physicality that holds each aspect of us. We are unable to be witnessed on earth without you. We are living vicariously through each one of your stories, through each one of your experiences, your thoughts and feelings and emotions. We are given an opportunity and a chance to live in infinite possibilities through each one of the vessels that is you. And we are grateful for your participation. We are grateful for your openness to become aware of those aspects within you that are divine. And we are grateful for those aspects within you that you do not know or acknowledge yet, that are in fact divine as well. For it is the purpose on earth for divinity to be known and witnessed. And this happens through you. We are grateful. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Ciao for now. Okay, I love you. I love you. Oh my gosh, 27. I only have 3 left. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. And then I get to regroup and make a new plan for what I'm going to do moving forward. Ciao for now.